Welcome back, my entomologists. I hope you enjoyed searching for our leaf litter critters yesterday. You had some great drawings. Today, we're going to review your answers from yesterday, answer some questions in our science notebook, and watch a video about animal needs. In what moisture conditions were you able to find ground litter or leaf litter critters? Like our isopods, many other small animals, like insects, prefer a medium amount of moisture. I like to think of isopods like Goldilocks. Not too little moisture. Over here, not too little. Very good. And not too much. Just the right amount of moisture, like Goldilocks. So as you can see, the majority of the class got this answer correct. Our isopods, if you remember from our moisture investigation, preferred a medium amount of moisture. Okay, not too much, not too little, but just right. They're like Goldilocks. In what type of light conditions were you able to find ground litter critters? This was a tricky question. And since, as you could see, we're about 50-50 that agree and 50% that disagree, it looks like I tricked some of you. Remember in our light investigation from last week, isopods that started in the light, as you can see right here, moved under the dark area made from construction paper. So after we left them alone for about 30 minutes, as you can see, there's just this poor little isopod that can't roll over because it's not a sow bug. So, and the rest of them, even these guys who were out here, were almost made it underneath the light. But if you remember, most of our isopods that started out in the light had went ahead and gone to their preferred environment, their dark or non-lighted conditions. Okay, so the correct answer is right here. Should have been a thumbs down. So it's not exactly the same, but I like to think about light conditions isopods prefer, like what I normally do when there is a lot of light outside in the middle of the day. Oh, it's too hot. I go to my apartment, try and find a building. It's not exactly the same, but if that helps you to think about it, I hope it does. All right. Many small animals think the same way that isopods do, and they try to find darker areas, like under the shade of a tree or underneath ground litter. I bet you found your ground litter critters in a moist environment that was shaded from direct sunlight. Remember our focus question. What are the characteristics of animals living in the leaf litter or ground litter environment? To help us answer our focus question, let's take a look at some questions about our leaf litter critters. After we review these questions, I want you to pause this video and answer at least two of these questions in your science notebook. We'll review your answers later this week. Question 1. Do litter critters share certain characteristics? Think about, do they have the same color? Are they all the same type of animal? Do they all smell the same? Answer this question. Do litter critters share certain characteristics? Question number 2. What do litter critters eat? Here's a hint. Have you ever seen a hole in the leaves on the ground? How do you think that got there? I think that's a hint or a clue on what litter critters eat, right? All right. Question 3. Now remember, you don't have to answer all of these questions. You just need to pick 2 and answer them in your science notebook. Question 3. What do litter critters need from their environment to stay alive? You'll definitely be able to answer this question after watching today's science video. Question 4. What larger animals might eat litter critters? I know that the frog I saw during my scavenger hunt was eating the small insects under the ground litter, and the isopods too. What other animals, like the frog, might eat ground litter critters? And finally, what questions do you have about the organisms collected? Pause the video and answer 2 of these questions in your science notebook. Do so now. Again, you'll watch a video for today's science lesson titled Animal Needs. After we review the discussion questions, please watch the Access FOSS-Web Videos YouTube video to learn how to access it. You will watch the Animal Needs video until 9 minutes and 4 seconds have passed. You do not have to watch the entire video. Let's see what questions we will need to answer after watching today's science video. Question 1. What were the 3 main needs of most animals? Question 2. How do animals use oxygen, food, and water? And the last question. Besides oxygen, food, and water, what other things do most animals need? All right, Osprey, amazing Osprey scientists. So today, We reviewed our answers from yesterday's Pear Deck activity. We are going to answer a couple of questions about our ground litter critters in our science notebook. And finally, you'll watch a animal needs video. Have an amazing Osprey day.